The lie is about to explode. And when it does, it won't just destroy one life, it could take down everyone connected to Jason Morgan, because someone knows the truth, and someone else is desperate to keep it buried. At General Hospital, tension hangs thick in the air, but no one feels it more than Dante Corinthos. He stands just outside the ICU room staring through the glass at Ross Cullum, the man who could change everything, the man who was shot and somehow survived, and the man who conveniently remembers nothing. Or at least, that's what he claims. Dante exhales slowly, trying to steady himself before stepping inside, because something about this doesn't sit right. Not even close. Inside the room, Cullum looks weak, but his eyes are sharp. Too sharp for someone who supposedly lost his memory. Dante doesn't waste time, he gets straight to it. Who shot you? The question lands heavy. Cullum hesitates. Just for a second, and that second tells Dante everything, because people who truly don't remember don't hesitate like that. They don't calculate. They don't pause. But Cullum does. And then he sticks to the story. He doesn't remember. Dante watches him closely, every blink, every breath. And the more Cullum talks, the clearer it becomes. This man is hiding something. But what? Dante presses harder. If you don't remember the shooter, then explain something else. Why issue a warrant for Jason Morgan's arrest? That question hits differently. Cullum's expression shifts. Subtle, but real, and then comes the moment that changes everything. Cullum learns that Jason has already been taken into WSB custody. For shooting him, for a split second, something flashes across Cullum's face. Shock. Real shock. Because he knows that's not true. He was looking right at Jason when it happened, and Jason didn't pull the trigger, which means someone else did. Someone dangerous. Someone still out there. But instead of telling Dante the truth, Cullum makes a choice. A dangerous one. He keeps quiet. Because whatever he saw that night, it scared him enough to stay silent. And now, he's going to find answers his own way. But Dante isn't done, not even close. Because the deeper he digs, the more he realizes Jason might be taking the fall for someone. And that someone is worth protecting, which raises the biggest question of all: who is Jason really protecting, and how far is he willing to go? That question lingers as Dante steps out of the ICU, right into another shock. Elizabeth Baldwin, she's waiting, but her expression, it's not what Dante expected. There's something different about her, something final, and when she speaks, it hits Dante harder than anything Cullum said. She's giving Rick Lansing another chance. Just like that. After everything, after all the history, after all the pain, Dante tries to hide his reaction, but inside, it feels like the ground just shifted beneath him. Because he knows Rick. He knows what Rick is capable of, and he knows this isn't going to end well. But Elizabeth looks determined. Certain, like she's already made up her mind. And there's nothing Dante can say to change it. Still, that doesn't stop him from trying. He warns her. Carefully. Gently. But firmly. Rick hasn't changed. Not really. And getting involved with him again, it could cost her more than she's willing to lose. But Elizabeth doesn't back down. She believes this time is different. She wants to believe it. Needs to believe it. And that's what scares Dante the most. Because hope can be dangerous. Especially when it's placed in the wrong person. As Elizabeth walks away, Dante is left standing there, frustrated, worried, and completely powerless. But that's not the only storm brewing. Across town, at the pier, another confrontation is about to ignite. And this one, it's personal. Lulu Spencer comes face to face with a ghost from the past. Or at least, someone pretending to be one. Cassius Faison, a man hiding behind the identity of Nathan West. And Lulu, she's not buying it. Not fully. But what she hears next pushes her over the edge. Because Nathan starts pointing fingers at Jason, at Britt, blaming them for what happened to Cullum. The accusation hits like a slap. And Lulu fires back instantly, defensive, fierce, unyielding, because she knows Jason, she knows Britt, and she knows they're not the villains in this story. But Cassius doesn't back down, not at first. He keeps pushing, dropping just enough suspicion to stir the pot, to create doubt, to twist the narrative. And it works. Because even as Lulu argues, a small part of her starts to question things. Could there be more to this? Could Jason really be hiding something? But then, Cassius pulls back. Too quickly. He claims that's not what he meant. That he didn't mean to accuse anyone, and that sudden shift. It raises even more suspicion, because people who tell the truth don't backtrack like that. They stand by their words. But Cassius, he's playing a game, and Lulu knows it. She just doesn't know what the endgame is yet. But one thing is clear, he knows more than he's saying, and whatever that is, it could change everything. Meanwhile, at General Hospital, another explosion is about to happen, and this one, no one sees coming. Brad Cooper makes a mistake, a big one. He pushes Britt Westbourne too far, and the moment it happens, there's no taking it back. Because Britt, she's already on edge, already defensive, already fighting to protect someone she cares about. Jason. So when Brad starts talking, when he crosses that line, Britt snaps. The slap echoes through the room, sharp, sudden, unavoidable. Brad freezes, stunned. Because he didn't expect that. But Britt? She doesn't apologize. Not even a little, because to her, Brad deserved it. And maybe more, the tension between them crackles, thick, dangerous. But then, something shifts. Britt calms down. Just enough. And when she speaks again, her tone changes. It's no longer just anger, it's realization. Jason didn't shoot Cullum, he's taking the fall for someone else. And that someone matters a lot. Britt turns to Brad. This time, not as an enemy, but as someone she needs, because she wants answers. And Brad? He might be the only one who can help her find them. But helping Britt means stepping into something dangerous, something that could get them both hurt. Or worse. And as Brad hesitates, one question hangs in the air: is the truth worth the risk? Or is this one secret better left buried? Because the deeper they dig, the closer they get to something, someone who doesn't want to be found. And won't hesitate to make sure they aren't. Secrets are shifting, alliances are cracking. And the truth? It's getting closer to the surface. But in Port Charles, the truth never comes without consequences. And this time, the fallout could be devastating. At Windermere, Lucas Jones is playing a dangerous game, because he's not just visiting anymore, he's staying. At least, that's what he tells Jen Sidwell. But this isn't about comfort. And it's definitely not about loyalty, it's about justice. Marco Rios is gone, and Lucas wants answers, real answers, the kind that don't come easy, and certainly not without risk. Sidwell watches him carefully, because he knows something's off. He knows Lucas isn't telling the whole truth. But instead of pushing him away, he does the opposite. He invites him in, fully. He tells Lucas that Windermere will always be his home, and then, he takes it one step further. He asks him to stay, not as a guest, but as someone who belongs there. The offer is tempting, strategic, calculated. Because if Lucas stays close, Sidwell can keep an eye on him, control the narrative, control what Lucas sees, and what he doesn't. But Lucas agrees anyway. Because being close to Sidwell means being closer to the truth. Even if it puts him directly in danger, and deep down, Lucas knows this could be the decision that changes everything, or destroys him completely. Meanwhile, Laura Collins is facing a different kind of pressure, political, public, and deeply personal. Ezra Boyle's press conference is looming, and the message is clear: denounce Sonny Corinthos. Denounce Jason Morgan, cut ties, or face the consequences. Laura listens carefully as she relays this to Sonny, expecting anger, resistance, pushback. But instead, she gets something unexpected. Agreement. Sonny thinks she should do it. And for a moment, Laura is stunned, because this isn't the Sonny she knows, the Sonny who fights, who stands his ground, who protects the people he cares about. But this Sonny, he's thinking differently. Strategically. Because he knows what Sidwell is capable of. He knows how dangerous this situation is becoming, and if Laura publicly distances herself, it might protect her, keep her safe, out of the crossfire. But Laura struggles with that idea, because to her, this isn't just politics. It's loyalty, friendship, history. Sonny has stood by her, protected her, time and time again, and now, she's supposed to turn her back on him, publicly, for the sake of survival. It doesn't sit right, not even a little, but Sonny insists. Because sometimes, protecting someone means letting them walk away, even if it hurts, even if it costs you. And as Laura looks at him, she realizes something chilling. This isn't just about strategy, this is about fear. Because if Sonny is willing to step back like this, then whatever they're facing, it's bigger than they thought. Much bigger. And that realization, it sends a ripple of unease through everything. Back at the pier, Cassius Faison is moving pieces. quietly, carefully. Because he finally has something new, something valuable, information, but what he does with it could change the entire game. He watches from a distance, calculating, planning, because the truth about Cullum, about Jason, about everything, is starting to come together, and Cassius, he's right in the middle of it. But the question is he trying to expose the truth, or control it? Because in Port Charles, information is power, and power is everything. Back at General Hospital, Britt and Brad are still caught in their tense alliance. The slap may have passed, but the impact, it's still there. Lingering, heavy, because now, they're connected. Whether they like it or not, Britt lays it out clearly. Jason is protecting someone, and they need to find out who. But Brad hesitates. Because he knows how dangerous this is, he knows what happens to people who get too close to Jason's world. And more importantly, he knows what happens to people who dig into things they shouldn't. But Britt isn't backing down, not this time. Because to her, this isn't just about Jason. It's about truth. About loyalty, about doing what's right. Even when it's hard. Even when it's dangerous. And as Brad looks at her, he realizes something. She's not going to stop, with or without him. So he has a choice. Walk away, or step into the fire. And after a long pause, he makes it. He stays. Because deep down, he knows this story isn't over, not even close. And whatever truth they uncover, it's going to change everything, for everyone. Meanwhile, Dante is putting the pieces together. Slowly, carefully. Because nothing about this case makes sense. Cullum's silence. Jason's arrest. Cassius's accusations. It all points to something bigger, something hidden. And Dante. He's getting closer. Closer than anyone realizes. But with every step forward, the danger grows. Because someone out there doesn't want the truth to come out, and they're watching, waiting, ready to act. The closer Dante gets, the more at risk he becomes, and he knows it. But he's not stopping, he can't. Because this isn't just about a case anymore, it's about justice, about truth, about protecting the people he cares about. Even if it means putting himself in danger. And as the night falls over Port Charles, one thing becomes clear. The truth is coming, whether anyone is ready for it, or not. Because secrets don't stay buried forever, they rise, they explode, and when they do, nothing is ever the same again. So the real question is, when the truth finally comes out, who will survive it? And who won't? Do you think Jason is protecting someone or hiding something even darker? And if the truth is revealed, will it clear his name or destroy everything he's built? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want daily high-drama General Hospital spoilers and breakdowns just like this, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. Because the next twist, it's already on the way.